Do you know what your dominance profile is? How about how it can affect your learning? Do you even know what a dominance profile is? Well, my name is Olivia Watkins, and I am here with author Dr. Carla Hannaford to discuss her newest book, The Dominance Factor: How Knowing Your Dominant Eye, Ear, Brain, Hand, and Foot can improve your learning. Thank you for being here today, Dr. Hannaford.
My pleasure, Miss Watkins.
So tell me, for everyone out there who is curious, why did you want to write The Dominance Factor?
I wanted to write a book for the children so that they don't have to be labeled anymore. I wanted to show educators that there's not just gifted and talented learners or special ed learners, but learners of 32 dominant profiles that include your dominant ear, eye, foot, hand, and brain, and exactly how you can use these dominant profiles to help you learn. Every person is a unique individual, and I believe that educators should create strategies that appeal to the dominant profile of the child.
So answer me this. How do you figure out which side is dominant?
Actually, you can be dominant in your brain, hands, ears, eyes, and feet. And there are several ways to determine each of these. Now I will be reading from the book to show you how it is written. There are many tests for the self-assessment method. For the hand, whichever hand you currently write with, or whichever hand you reach out with to take the pen or pencil. You can test the eye by making a window by overlapping the two hands so there is a small opening between the thumb and forefinger of both hands. Without moving either your window or head, close one eye, then open it, and close the other eye. Whichever eye holds the image is the dominant eye. You can test the ear by pretending there are people on the other side of the wall across the room who are talking about you. Walk to the wall and put your ear close so you can listen to what they are saying. Whichever ear you put against the wall is your dominant ear. To test the foot, have someone push you off balance from behind when you don't expect it. To test the brain hemisphere, the best test is to recognize how you would initially respond during a highly stressful situation. During stress, you rely more on your dominant brain hemisphere. Of course, with different dominances, you have different strengths. For example, if your dominant ear is opposite your dominant brain, you tend towards auditory learning when presented with new information. If your dominant foot is opposite your dominant brain, your movements are more planned. Now, when I say dominant brain, know that I am referring to left and right hemispheres.
Okay, now, what are some of the different dominance profiles that you include in your book?
Some of these dominant profiles are Profile AA, Profile D, Profile G, and Profile K. Profile AA learns best by focusing on details and prefers structural learning and appreciates orderly sequencing info. Profile D focuses on visual/auditory details and processes by analysis. Profile G learns best by visually focusing on auditory input and analyzing the details of info. It prefers structured learning and appreciates orderly sequencing of info. Profile K learns best through movement and by focusing on the whole picture, context, and emotional relevance to yourself. They must see whole 3D perspectives and emotional elements to learn. Now, as we grow and learn, we develop strategies to compensate for learning and help you to develop whole brain comprehension. Example, if you're logic dominance, you can brainstorm, visualize unusual images in your mind's eye, practice saying things in new ways, use metaphors and emotional stories whenever possible, and role-play situations to understand the big picture.
Okay, so I know that when I'm in a stressful situation, I don't always refer back to the strategies that I've learned. What's that about?
Well, learned compensations and adaptive situations can disappear in stressful situations. Some ways you can do that is to take a conscious walk. It helps if you're surrounded by nature. Or you can dance, sing, hum, or whistle, or play a musical instrument. Or, if you aren't in a situation where you can do lots of movement, drink water, breathe slowly and deeply, listen to music, focus on the positive aspects of the situation, or find humor in the situation.
Well, Dr. Hannaford, I believe we're just about out of time, but before we go, what's one thing that you would like your readers or educators to take away from the dominance factor?
Dominance profiles should never be used to label and type learners. They only indicate ways that individuals are prone to respond, but not necessarily how they will always behave.
If you'd like to order The Dominance Factor by Dr. Carla Hannaford for the low price of $8.95,
please call 1-800-DOMIFACT. That's 1-800-DOMIFACT. Call now!